name's Tim Beast, and for those of you joining us for the very first time, thank you for clicking on Beast Capacity Outdoors. I'm your leader, Team Beast. This is live with Beast Capacity Outdoors and Daddy Beast. A new format I'm trying. No edits kind of thing. I guess live because it goes quicker usually. I don't go hours and hours. So anyhow, I get right into it. It's that time of the year again. Indoor season. Camping season. Fishing season. So we picked up a few things. This is a continuation off the live feed from yesterday. That kind of went bad because, yeah, for whatever reason, it's just not working correctly for me, the live stream. So we're doing live feed with Daddy Beast now. This way, through video at the moment. And, so we'll try to make it as live as possible, because it is live, because I am live. I'm not pre-recorded. So, we did go down and got a few things. We went on Friday. Being today is Sunday. Didn't do anything yesterday because, well, yeah. Well, no, it was yesterday I tried to do the feed, yeah. Like I said, on Friday we went down and got some stuff. Because we were both off of work and not doing anything. And I picked up, or we picked up, Allison got me when I was shooting practice for this next Sunday's, the 21st, CBH SAA Indoor Archery Championships. Yeah. It's a 450 round. I have to shoot 45 arrows, not 30. 3 arrows per end, 15 ends. And then by February, I guess we'll figure out who does what and all that kind of thing. And who places where. So, and one of the things we learned while doing practice, because now high tech is packed on Fridays. It seems that's the day everybody chooses to do the majority of their training, the majority of schooling other archers and new archers in everything that they're doing. And so when we got there at probably 4 p.m., there was 3 lanes open out of the 12 downstairs, and upstairs of course was full because of class. And the lane I was given, somebody else was using, just blank bailing, and so nobody was on 7, so I just went ahead and 7. Everything worked out fine. But one thing I did notice, and I had a whole bunch of recurve archers, and at iTech, I believe we only have like 26 inches or so for our shooting lane. Because on the standard, you get 25 to 30 inches per shooting lane. That's your space. That's where you can have everything in your equipment and all that, and you within. Anything outside that is somebody else's or the safety line. Hey Primal, how's it going? I'm finally getting to that thing I was supposed to do last night but couldn't get done because YouTube was being a putz. But yeah, I'm talking about being down at the range at the moment and getting ready to show off the spiffy new not recurve, the spiffy new quiver that Allison got me. Because yeah, standing next to all those recurve shooters, after they'd shoot and loose their arrow, and they'd swing, and you know how recurve shooters do. Their rear stabilizers were like swishing past my arrows and stuff, and because I have a target quiver, now I have a field quiver, which I think would be in the other way around. I think the field quiver would be the ones that lean forward towards your belly button, and the target quivers would be the ones that go towards your butt. So, yeah, being worried about breaking arrows and fussling my feathers and tweaking my vanes. I know that sounds kind of funny. I begged on my hands and knees and saw a pretty looking quiver hanging on the wall in Archer's Alley, and Allison like, I'll get it. And so, ta-da! A pink quiver, because, you know, screw cancer. It sucks. I'm all about the pink. Shush. Family show. But I put on my little baubles and things and all that on it, and my state championship button from when I competed at the state field championships in 2017 at Naranko. And of course my marshal badge from Catalina that Allison gave me. But yeah, now it points towards the button instead of my belly button. And like I was telling Primal yesterday when I was trying to do the live stream, not live feed, when I was trying to do the live feed stream yesterday, I used to laugh, and I say used to because I don't anymore, because I now understand why it happens. The twirling of the arrow as it comes out of the quiver to the arrow rest, and I thought that's just what everybody was doing because some of the pros do it, and da-da-da, and yeah, they thought it was cool looking. Well, I put them. You poked yourself in the eye? Oh, would poke yourself in the eye if you did that. And so I put on my pretty new quiver on my belt and all. I took the old one off and threw it to the side after I took everything out of it. And put it on. Grabbed some arrows out of the box and put it in the quiver. And I'm like, oh, cool. And, you know, of course, you know, saddled up like I'm going to shoot and, like, move my arm and I'm banging arrow. And I'm like, okay, now I got to move it back a little bit. Okay, now that's better. Cool. Then what do? I grab an arrow out. And without... Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, this one's from Summit. They point toward his belly button or his butt? Ah, okay. So, a target. A field quiver. Woohoo. But yeah, and so, very first thing I did, without even thinking about it, subconsciously, and Allison was right there with, or, you know, right there with, Black Rose was right there with me, and she giggled, because I pulled the arrow out and spun it, as if I was going to go set it on the rest. And I should have had video going while we were doing that, because it was absolutely hilarious. Oh. How often does he wear his quiver? He's lost and he doesn't realize if they go to his belly button or to his butt. Oh, okay, gotcha. Only shot twice this year. Yeah. But yeah, so I did that, and I giggled because I just realized, oh my god, I just did the arrow spin. Now, granted, it only spun around like once or twice, because the way you grab when you reach back, it's kind of just natural. It's just, it spins and lays in. And when you grab it, it spins backwards. And so I think it only spins like once, but you see, you know, two flash, because when it comes up, you see the veins and then you see the point, and, you know. So I laughed and giggled, and I was like, oh, that's why they do it. It's just a natural way that, ergonomically, that your hand works when you pull the arrow out. Now, granted, Real Wild doesn't spin the arrows, and a couple others don't spin the arrows. They just pull it out and shoot it down and do their thing, and, you know. But I can now understand why Jimmy and Galentine and some of those other guys do it. And so, I'm a spinner. I am now a spinner. Now, one thing I do have, huh? Yes, I'm a spinner now. I'm sure I'll get it on videotape because I'm going to have Allison possibly, if it's okay with everybody else who's there at the tournament, I'm going to have Allison shoot video for me while I'm shooting. But we'll see. We'll see how well of a spinner I am, if I spin without hurting anybody or if I spin and knock everybody's crap all over. So, yeah, you were outside your lane. So the other thing I realize now is I have to have so yeah, now I've learned. There you go. Always take video. Always take video because you can blackmail them later. And show them that they're wrong or right. One thing I did realize. Yep. A 360 spin swan dive off a tree stand while shooting your bow, hitting a target. That'd be a heck of a hit. That sounds like something Dude Perfect needs to do. This is true. So one of the things I learned also with getting the new quiver is I now don't have that top pocket sitting right there at the side of my hip. Easy to grab to pull up my release. So I now need to have a release pouch. So in good beastly fashion, instead of going down and buying one from the range, the pro shop, we went out to the store where we picked up some other stuff for camping, which is our fishing gear, or fishing gear for Black Rose and some for me. We outfitted her, but so we picked up fabric and some stuff so I can do some embroidery and some sewing and make myself a archery release pouch. And in good fashion of me following my pink and blue run, I have now got a 1/4 yard of real tree camo in pink for the outside of it, zebra stripe, or actually I don't know if that'd be zebra or just jungle stripe in black and dark pink, and of course the edge binding for around the lip of the pouch, bubblegum pink. And then of course, I'm gonna have to use a couple squeeze, one of the squeeze button, lanyard squeeze button things, and I'll probably use some, I don't have any pink paracord. I know, you're probably surprised. I don't have any pink paracord, but I do have purple, and I do like purple, so I'll probably use purple paracord, because purple goes with pink. Yes, I'm color coordinated. And of course, I'm going to have embroidery on it with a little simplified Beast Capacity Outdoor initials and paw print. Then I'm going to put on the front of the bag, and I'm going to make a little BCO product tag, which will get sewn into the bag itself. So I might have a video, an actual how-to video on making an archery release pouch coming up this week, because I have to have it done by Thursday, because Friday I'm going to the International Silk Screening Sportswear Show, because we're doing some extra stuff, and that'll be coming up in a separate video on its own too. So now on to the other stuff that it's time to get ready for. Now, mind you, I have my favorite colors. Black Rose has hers. Hers being a goth girl, well, sexy little goth girl. What? Don't judge me. Shh. Well, of course she looked like she was ready to kill me, because it froze right when she went grimacing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. she's got a little streak of sadist in her. Everybody, and she says no, but everybody agrees with me that she's got a little streak of sadist. But so while we were at Walmart, yes, we shop at Walmart. We are people at Walmart. We found a Zebco slingshot. It is like a 5.5 foot rod. It's nothing major long or anything like that. And it's a light action rod. I mean, it's good enough for go trout fishing and stuff like that. And crappie and bluegill and panfish size, which rarely do we get a bluegill that's like over 5 inches long because it's California. But where we go camping is a different story because it's not a major active fishery. And so it's got a healthy ecosystem where we go. But it's in royal purple. I kid you not, in case the camera doesn't show it. But the line weight takes 8 to 12 pound test, on this rod, and it will fling 1/4 to 5/8 ounce weights just really well. It's 5 foot 6 inches, 5.5 foot, medium light. And the line capacity on this is actually quite surprising because it's a pretty small reel. And we're looking at 200 yards of 0.22 millimeter, which is typically 6 pound test if you're going like old school monofilament wise. So if you were to put some fluorocarbon here from like Sea Line or Spider Wire or one of the Bass Pro Shop brands, you could probably drop on this reel 200 yards of 10 pound test in those brands. Oh, butterworms, okay. Yeah, they got good, nice little cutties and stuff in there. Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, he. Right. Right, yeah, if you present it. Yeah, if you present the bait like it's something natural and not something fake. I mean, we do a lot with baits and floaty stuff, and so it's above grass lines and stuff like that. But we also do where we go up there at Chiquito Creek, which runs right through the campground at Mammoth Pools. We do a lot of really light, like 16th ounce, 8th ounce, have it on drop shot on the bottom, and then we have the leader coming off of that probably about 8 inches up from that on a tri-swivel, and then the leader off of the side. And what it does is it's got enough weight to let us toss it out, so that way we're not spooking the fish by being near the shore, near the water. And we'll toss it upstream from us, and it's got such enough light weight that the weight will just bounce along the bottom because the current's pushing it, and it stays keeping up with the bait. And depending on what we got on there, whether it's a wax worm, because wax worms work out here really well, and so do salmon eggs. And so, and one thing that works up there too as well is, believe it or not, the glitter gulp dough bait. just in a tiny ball. But other than that, really? Oh wow. Yeah, well, you know, power bait's one of those things, and same with gulp and some of the other things they got out there that's got the attraction. It's all depending on the fish. It's if they haven't seen it or if they've seen it too much, you're not going to catch them. I mean, I can go to a wild stream that's never been fished, but maybe, you know, twice in its existence, because people just don't go out there and throw a marshmallow and a fish can come get it, you know, and then go to someplace else where, you know, I could throw a marshmallow and fish will get it. I could throw a regular worm out there and nobody will take it. But it's all in what makes them mad in the time of the year, the weather, the water, the cold, the heat. Fish are fickle things, let me tell you. But it's fun. Oh, it looks like I need to get an eye reamer for these jig heads. But, so some of the stuff we got. I have subscribed to Mystery Tackle Box in the past, and I've gotten some things. And we picked up some things from Walmart. So, let's see. One of the things I got from Mystery Tackle Box, which is going to go on Alice, on Black Rose's reel, is the, it's called Trout SOS. It's one of the Mystery Tackle Box's premier panfish string companies, or fishing line company, and it's monofilament. You know, it's pretty good. It doesn't hold memory too well on it, so that's good. I like that. It casts, it's limp, so. But this is 350 yards of 4-pound test, and it's clear. It's got like a slight dirty green color to it, and it disappears underwater. Well, yeah, kind of, but it's really, really light. It's a translucent olive drab. I could put, yeah, that'd be the best way to put it. It's a translucent olive drab. And then, of course, from the line, we'll work our way down. Just got some Mustad number 14 brass swivels, the little clip ones, the brass snap ones. And I couldn't find any of the 3-way swivels, so we'll have to go somewhere else and pick those up. One of the other things that I like to use too, besides a brass snap swivel, and now we'll have 2 sizes because I love them, the Carolina Keepers. They're awesome. You just need a pair of pliers and the keeper. You don't even need a swivel. You just slide your slip sinker on, or your bullet weight on. You pinch, take a pair of pliers, you pinch the Carolina Keeper. It opens up, you put your line in, you close it and repinch it the other way, and then you tie on your hook. And those things are lovely and wonderful. They're light, so they float. And more stuff for the line as we're going further down. These came from Mystery Tackle Box, and they're a chartreuse in yellow. Well, a chartreuse in fluorescent green, yeah. And basically, I haven't really seen them too much anywhere, but what I read and what I was told from some friends and off of Mystery Tackle Box's little list that they gave with it, is that they are for underwater to help lift the bait up off the ground, off the bottom, for like, so you don't have to, or if you don't have it, you don't have to blow up a worm or whatever. You just add this little colorful thing, and it looks like a jig head at that point, or, you know, the fish's scales hitting or something. I don't know, who knows what it is, but it helps you lift the bait up off the bottom. I haven't tried those, so we'll eventually have to. Moving down, of course, to weights. I like bullet weights because on a retrieve, the bullet tip, so to speak, helps you keep them snagging, and it kind of flows over tree stumps and logs and branches and stuff like that. Just looks like a regular bullet head, and it slides up and down the line. These ones are like a lead alloy. The ones I've used before in the past are a steel that's coated, and I like those a little bit better because they're smaller, because they're made from steel and not the lead, and there's not as much spruing and stuff on them that you have to clean up. The other thing I got, and it's funny because it's from the same company, Bullet Weights, is what they call the bass casting weights, which is funny. I don't know why they call them bass casting weights, because I don't really ever see anybody use them to catch bass. They're usually the weights that you'll see at the bottom of the fishing line, at the very end of it. That's the drop sinker at the bottom, and it's just a lead teardrop weight with the wire, the brass wire in it, the loop at the top. Now, what we do with those out here, I know some other places, people do it too, is we'll take these bass weights, as they call them, the bass casting weights, and we will take a tri-swivel and put like 4-pound test on it. Put the bass weight on it, and then we'll run our 6 or 8 pound test line for the leader, or whatever we're going to use there, and then of course I usually use 10-pound braided line for my main line. Then I'll use 6-pound test for my leader, and then the 4-pound or 2-pound test for my weights. I like using 4-pound because it still has enough strength in it that I can pull it up and over logs and all that. But if it does get snagged, I just snap the line, and I don't lose my whole rig. I just lose the weight, because the line usually breaks, and usually down by the weight itself, and not the tri-swivel or anything. And I don't lose the rest. And it's kind of funny because I'll snap it, and then you'll see if I got floating bait or whatever, or floating system on it. All of a sudden, rip, there goes my line to the top, and usually that's when I'll catch a fish. Sometimes, is if I'm using a drop shot rig, that it gets snagged on the retrieve because I'm checking it, because it's been hit, it's been played with, or whatever. I'll snap off that weight, and it'll start floating up to the surface, and on that ascension to the top is when the bait gets hit by something, because it gets agitated and it just takes it. But now to work down to the one of the most important parts of your rig, the hooks. So what we got, and I've used Eagle Claw for a long time. No, none of these people sponsor me or anything like that. Just a disclaimer, none of these. I'm not getting paid dollars. It's just products that I've used that I like, and that's just about it. I like Eagle Claw. I've used Eagle Claw forever. I've also used Gamakatsu. I like theirs, but with Eagle Claw, I like using Laser Sharp. It's like Laser Sharp is like the Gamakatsu of Eagle Claw. We got size 8 and size 10. So size 8s are about the size of your nail on the pinky for me, and size 10s are just a bit smaller than that, and that's what we use for trout out here, because trout are smart fishes. They see anything out of the ordinary and they say, later dudes. And then of course we got some treble hooks. These are just standard treble hooks. Yep, double by treble hooks, and these are really tiny because these are 14s. What we do with those is, when we get to the baits, I'll show it. What we do is we use this with little floating baits, and because it's usually out here in California we can do 2 poles at a time, that we're allowed on our license, unless we go to like a private fishing place that they'll allow you to have more poles because you pay for them. But the treble hooks we like, and if we're fishing for catfish when the season comes, I just throw on some number 4 hooks, which I have in my kit. But the other thing is, if we're going to be doing any pan fishing along the shoreline or jigging, we use ball head jigs and bullet jigs, and I like 1/8 ounce because you can really whale them out there along the shoreline, so you can cover some ground. That's the big thing when you're fishing for panfish along the shoreline and along the grasses and cover, is you need to cover a lot of ground. And the other weight I use is 1/16. And those are also good for when you're trolling for lake trout and striper and stuff like that, because depending on your speed, if you're using your trolling motor, if you're using the idle the idle troll on your motor, that's when I go with the heavy 8 ounce. And if we're using trolling motor, then I'll go the 16 ounce, because that weight and the speed collate with each other in some whatever formula. Who knows? I don't figure it out. I don't care. All I know is that if I'm using the trolling motor and I want to go deeper, I use the 8 ounce. If I want to go shallower, I use the 1/16. If we're trolling with the motor, it's the main motor, then it's a 1/8 ounce with a little, 1/8 ounce drop shot on it or something, or just to pull it a little deeper. So those are all the hooks. And now, one more thing on the line, and she thought it was cute. I don't usually use bobbers except as a strike indicator, but she thought it was cute, so we picked up her a little pin bobber, and it's kind of gothy. It's black and orange, and I don't discriminate. And I've always been under the type, if you feel it, get it, because who knows, it might work. And so this one's a 1/16 ounce weighted bobber, so you wouldn't have to put any real weight on your fishing line. You can use this, the weight of the bobber, to fling it out there, especially if you're fishing creek and you have like waxworm or earthworms or redworms. The weight of the earthworms and all that, and the waxworms, they'll sink on their own naturally. So, and then you got the bobber just to tell you, boom, boom, help you if you got bad eyesight like me and her. Now, on to the baits and plastics and stuff like that. I'll probably do the plastics and synthetics first, and then I'll go into the cool dough baits. This one is another one from Mystery Tackle Box in their panfish box, or panfish one. Their Impulse. And of course, everything these days are supercharged with scent and attractants and stuff like that. And I'm going to test this one out when we go camping, because this is 143% effective. Yeah, we'll see. I haven't found anything that has ever said anything on the package. I don't know about you, Primal, but anything that's ever said on a package, it's guaranteed to catch fish. Yeah, Bo Pucky. I believe it when I see it, when I have the fish in my mouth. What, you don't kiss your fish either? I kiss the fish when I catch them. But yeah, this is from Northland Fishing Tackle. It's just a bloodworm, a red bloodworm, or scud bug. And it looks just like a cute little water bug. And I'm sure these float. And they got a little fly fishing like jig head on it. It's kind of cool. It looks to be probably like a 1/32 jig on it. So we'll see how those do. And let's see, more soft plastics. With all the jig heads, of course. Another one from Mystery Tackle Box. These are from Dockside. These are matrix shads. They're basically out here, California. We got our shads aren't like, not all of them are silvery. We do have dark colored ones, nice green dark colored ones that almost look like baby bass. It's kind of funny. And these ones here are the dark green and light green kind of bassy type looking ones. And trout will go nuts over those out of here, especially if you're running along the shore, especially during, if the day is super cold and overcast and you toss those along the shore, probably 5 to 10, 5 to 10 feet off the shore and probably about 5 or 6 feet down, you usually get those occasional swimmers that are coming up from the bottom, the big ones that are looking for some good food, and well, sometimes you'll hit them. And okay, here's one that Allison, or Black Rose, picked up, and she pointed out to me. She's like, "Oh, look, it's sparkly." I don't judge. It's okay. And so, and it was her favorite, one of her favorite colors, blood red. But this is a, let's see, a sparkly, like glittery blood red and clear chartreuse. These are from Tyler, Texas. They're cream lures, and it's just a red glittered chart. Red glittered chartreuse. It's I don't know exactly what everybody calls these type of soft baits, but you can put, these are perfect for the bullet head jigs. The bullet head jigs usually have a little spike that runs off of the lead. Yeah, I can't get one without poking myself. There we go. Little like barb right there on the lead, the very tip, that you run these tubes up through it, and then it just sits. Basically, the jig sits inside the tube, and the little eyelet comes out the tip, and then of course that little, you can outside rig them, which is what these will be for, these bullet rigs, and just slip the hook in, and then you slip and stretch it over that little barb on the lead, and you're good to go. And then let's see, another one from Mystery Tackle Box. This was in their trout box, because I'd got both a trout box from them and a panfish one. These ones are Charlie's Worms, and they're just, Well, I don't have any catfish stuff yet because it's not catfish season. We are still, we are probably dead middle or dead end of the beginning of the trout season out here. Our catfishing stuff out here, that's more homegrown stuff for us. We make doughy, stinky bait out here for catfishing, and use like number 4 circle hooks and stuff like that, and number 6 circle hooks, sometimes an aught size, depending if we're going for channels or blues. And we use about 10 pound test braided line. And a lot of times, what's that? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. There's no like set period of season for it. It's just right now. It's when it's nice and cold out, so all the trout are going. Better opportunity for the trout. So everybody's fishing for trout. And once trout season over, then it's like tilapia and catfish and bass and crappie and bluegill, and then of course all the ocean fishing and stuff going on. But it's like everybody's starting to move into the lake sides, and let's see, and then mice tails. We're using mice tails and Senkos and stuff like that, all wacky rigged. And like that's what these Charlie's worms will do too. These are just basic fluorescent yellowy, greeny tubes of spaghetti, basically. That once again are scented and float extremely well with a a nice little bait hook. And then, like I said, I just wacky rig them right in the center. I haven't caught anything on it yet except tree wrenches and brush reeds. But I have seen baby bluegill chasing them. Now, another thing that we get from Walmart, and I'm glad they have the Yum line here, is the Yum grubs in the Carolina pumpkin. Carolina pumpkin is an excellent color out here for trout and bass, and I think we've even seen them catch tilapia on these things too. But Carolina, I guess it's because the Carolina pumpkin looks very close to crawfish too. Just kind of the texture, and I mean they're grubs and all, but the patterns on these look, kind of crawfish-ish. So why a trout would go after them, I have no reason. But yeah, the Yum line is a very good line. And now we're getting into our, the stuff you hate, dough baits, power bait, and that kind of stuff. But one of the things out here is we have a lot of bluegill and crappie and perch and stuff like that. And so, got the bluegill bait, and it's just basically just dough bait. This is multicolored, and it's got like, and these are for catfish as well. So hey, there's your catfish bait. It's catfish bait. It's just it's just rainbow colored. And with these, it's a standard catfish rig. It's just a leader with a hook, your swivel, your weight, and your slip weight and all that, and your bead. That's all. It's just straight up old school. And I love how on the package it says not for human consumption, which means they only put warning labels when idiots approach. I mean, that's why it's kind of funny when it says like on preparation H, the hemorrhoid cream on the box. No kidding, there I was. I had to look because somebody said it was on there. It says do not take orally. I want to know what idiot put that in their mouth, squeezed the tube, and thought, hey, this is the way you took care of something that's on your bum. That's the wrong end, cowboy. So yeah, so there's bluegill catfish bait, which is kind of funny. It's all panfish. And of course, the one thing I like using, and people can tell me, oh, it doesn't work. I've had it work. I've had it not work. Like I said, it all depends on the fish. But because 90% of the fishing we do inland, lakes, streams, and that kind of stuff, here in California, especially California, they're all hatchery fish for the most part, with the exception of a few holdovers, and that there's some wild offspring at that point, and all. But for the most part, California, especially Southern California, it's all hatchery fish out here. So when we go fishing, I love the power bait, and I like using the trout nuggets. They're not bad. They've done fairly well. I mean, 50-50. You use a treble hook for them, a size 14 treble hook, or 18. And you just kind of push the treble hook into these nuggets. And what's nice is their hatchery formula, which means they're basically the same crap that the fish get in the hatchery when they're raising them. Which is why I like using an additive to my fishing when I use like soft plastics and power bait nuggets and little magic bait nuggets and other dough baits and fireballs and other salmon eggs, is I like using hatchery dust from lip rippers. And all you basically do with the hatchery dust, and this one is natural, so this is more the earthworm and waxworm kind of stuff that's in it, but they have one that's garlic, like natural garlic hatchery formula of like what they get in, while they're in the hatchery. And it's got a little bit of glitter on it. It sticks to dang near everything. And the best way I always use it is like they say I put a nugget on a treble hook, or one of the bluegill bait nuggets. You dump it in the water really quick, pull it out, and then you open your lid to your hatchery dust, drop the bait on the hook in there, and shake, put the lid and shake it, and then pull it out, and now it's covered in this hatchery dust. Wing it out there, let it sit down, and it slowly just, I don't know, there's something it does, it creates a scent trail, and the fish go wild over this stuff. I love Lip Ripper's little promo thing that they put on there. It should be illegal to use. I don't know. It doesn't work that well that it should be illegal. It works, just not that well that it should be illegal. If I was pulling a fish every time I dropped my hook in the water, then I'd say. But it doesn't. But it works a lot better than just having, anything by itself. It's a definite aid. And then, of course, because California, what works out here is what's called Captain America, Rainbow, Rainbow Candy, Bubblegum, and Candy King. Those are colors that work out here for the power bait and gulp. And stuff with sparkles in it. So, yeah, we got the salmon egg scent, because they love that out here. And the rainbow candy from Gulp. And going with the theme earlier, once again, this is a black rose thing, and I just thought it was cute and funny, so I did it too. I went with her theme of glittery red stuff, and Fireballs has changed their containers, because I remember getting Fireballs when I was like 10, 11 years old, going fishing with my grandpa and my uncle, that would come in a short glass jar with a green lid and white lettering on it. And it's Fireballs bait, balls of fire, salmon eggs. They'd come in red, yellow, and orange. And so now Fireballs, I think this company just actually took and ran with it. But I have Fireballs. I know I just realized what I said. Not the candy. This is a translucent, crystal clear red salmon egg with gold glitter all over it. And so, yeah, it was something. Here, look, dear. They've got red and gold glitter. She's like, ooh, so I grabbed it. So, bait-wise, other than what I've got in my tackle box, which is, I got, a couple of the gulps. I got fish egg from Berkeley. I got salmon egg pods from the Berkeley power bait. I have the power worm. I have a couple things of hatchery dust, different, 2 different flavors, and a lot of soft plastics that work, and so, and of course some lures and stuff that I've gotten from Mystery Tackle Box. And of course, we got to have something to put this all in for. And because we like doing backpack stuff, it's just going to go in a simple, small 3600 series Plano box. You know, these containers, I'll just put in my tackle bag. And I use a soft side bag that's got a couple of Plano boxes in it. But that's it for that. Now, one last thing before I sign off. I've probably gone on a long time already. Is I'm getting ready, of course, as you guys know, for the CBHSAA California State Indoor Archery Championships. And this last week leading up to it, I've been focusing more on form and technique. So I don't even have my bow this week right now that I'm pulling it out or anything like that. I'm working on strength, exercising, strengthening, getting myself prepped, muscle tone wise, for the tournament. And okay, yes. I was like, well, that shouldn't be a problem if you're out there shooting every day and da 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 da. Well, I have my bow tuned where it's going to be. I have me where I'm going to be, and I've shot several heads of heads now, and my consistency has only gotten better, and I wasn't shooting those every day. So I am focusing this time, these last few days, because I can do this at night while sitting in front of the TV. I can do it while embroidering stuff when I'm in the shop. I'm using extra bands, and basically just, I'll back up so you can see it. There we go. Probably see me here. I'll loop one end of the extra band around my hand where the grip would go, and set up like I would just going through my process. Everything's a process with shooting. With archery, it's a process. If you miss something in your process, you get a bad shot. So I go through my process, go into my draw, go into my anchor into set, and I hold. And I'll let down. I'll go out, I'll go back into it, anchor and set, hold. And I'll do that 45 times. With the light band, that's this yellow one. You can get them at Walmart, for those of you here in the States. Probably from Fred Meyer's or any other major chain store that has everything from groceries to clothing and everything else in it. So, this is just an extra band from the Walmart's fitness section. They come in a package of 3. There's a red, yellow, and blue. I don't have the red one with me right now. It's somewhere else. I think it's in my car. But this one's the lightest. The red's the next heaviest. Blue being the heaviest. Now what you notice on this one too is I've rolled it up and put a D-loop on it. Of course, the D-loop's out of 550 cord, but that's okay. Now, one thing I do with this is after I've done 45 of these, is I'll go through. I'll use my release. I've just got this one for demo. But I'll use my whippersnapper because that's what I'm using in the tournament. Now what's nice with my stand is I can put the practice pin in it, the safety pin. This allows me to shoot or form and all that kind of stuff without it popping. And that's what this does. Now if I took this out, for those you don't know, this pin will flip, the catch will flip over on the steer and let things go. So I pop it over, I put the pin in, lock it in, and now no matter what, it's not going to pop on me. So I won't hit black rose in the side of the head with this. And so I hook the D-loop. Yeah, it's a little bigger than normal, but I'll get my fist set, go back, same thing, in my form, draw, anchor, set, go into my back tension with this one until the click. That's what's nice about this. you can still get the click off of when it triggers, but you don't get the thing flying. With a whippersnapper, actually I'll get that out. I'm using Spot Hog Whippersnapper 3-finger for the tournament. So what's nice about this one too is if it's forward, if I let go, it's not closing. So I got to move it. It's very light, and so it won't force itself close. So I won't get a half string catch on the D loop, go into my draw, think, and then lose an arrow 10 feet in front of me. That's what I like about the Spot Hog. So, put the D loop in, close it, it's there. Yeah, stay lean back. So, I'll get my grip like I'm going to. I'll go into my draw, my anchor, my set, and my release. And I'll do that 40, 50 times. And that's what I'm doing at night. With this, I have to do it during the day because it makes a lot of noise at night. And in the middle of the night when the house is quiet and everybody's sleeping, you hear this. And it's pretty noisy. Especially when, Black Rose is in the room with me, so. I'll do those during the day, and I use the extra band, and, at night, when I watch TV or whatever. And I'll use the Black Pearl, even though it's a back tension. I probably shouldn't do it because it'll probably somehow mess me up one way or the other or something. Who knows? But I'll do that because I got the safety pin on it, and I could be in the room at night with that big extra band, getting my drawing set for form and function and the breathing. And that's what I'm doing, and mentally preparing for this tournament. I know it sounds like, oh, well, what are you doing that for? You're not a pro. You're just an amateur, da-da-da, yada, yada, whatever. I still have to prep, just like any pro would prep. You got to have your mental game squared. Yeah, I'm doing this for fun. Yeah, I'm doing it because I love it. I enjoy the competition. Am I a pro? No. Am I a pro amateur? Not even close. I mean, I'm not shooting, and hitting 25 out of 30 X's at all, as an amateur. So I don't consider myself a pro amateur. Which is, for me, a pro amateur is somebody who isn't a pro yet, but they're about ready. They can go. They just got to get that last bit of X's consistent going, or the 10 ring consistent where they're shooting, 298s, 299s all the time. That's a pro amateur. Then there's guys like me who are like third string or third flight, 8th place kind of guys that, okay, for an example, out of our head-to-head, you shoot 15 arrows, 5 ends of 3. On the average, I'm shooting, by Australia rankings, an 86, which I guess people have told me from Australia that that's a pretty good score, actually, for a ranking. But on the average, I'm shooting what was it I did the other night? I saw it was a 138 out of 150. In any of the California shoots that I've been through, that would put me in third flight, about 8th place of all the scorings I've seen, all the scores I've seen from other tournaments that have flights in them. Vegas, I'd probably be in that like $300 top winner flight, at the very bottom number, flight 21. But I'm getting better, and I'm getting better, and I'm getting better. And part of that of getting better is the mental preparation, for your tournaments. Some people are going, oh, dude, just shoot and have fun and screw all that other crap. I'm kind of an all, nowadays, I'm kind of like an all gusto, go full metal, and I'll jump in both legs, kind of do what you can, learn your things, and go for it, and have fun in the meantime. And that's my fun. I'm having fun, actually. People are like, oh, you're so serious about this crap. It's just archery. You know, if you're good, you're good, and you'll be it there, and you'll hit Vegas, and you'll beat guys like that. No. It's a sport. I love it. I have fun at it. Why can't I be my best at it? Why can't I strive and be serious to be my best at it? Because that's my enjoyment. And that's why on head-to-head, before we started doing the handicap stuff for a tournament that we were looking at doing later on, I was telling anybody who was competing against me, just kind of straight up, no handicapping. Don't this. If you beat me square, and because I'm not there yet, and eventually, well, one day I'm going to beat your butt without a handicap. So, but now we got these handicap things going, and that's kind of cool. It keeps it fun for everybody, and I like it. I mean, it's cool, but it gives me an opportunity to beat like Jimmy and Samuel White, and then they have an off day. Yes, I can't wait for you to get your bow put together too, because then you can shoot your scores. Dude, I can only imagine your list. I'm finally caught up. But yeah, so that's my mental game. I'm breathing. I'm going into like Zen breathing or meditative breathing. Breathing. For this. I did it at the range the other day, and I think that's why I scored so well. Until I heavily crumbled at the end and shot a 138. I mean, I crumbled bad. I was shooting in the low 140s, and then for whatever reason, that last one I did, I did the Ellis crumble hard, and shot a 138. So I've got probably a little more tuning to do before my next tournament after this. And I think I'm going to move to my 243s for now, which are my Victory Archery Products V-Force arrows. I'm probably going to alter them a bit by getting the 120 grain points instead of the 100s. I'm putting the 3-inch or the 385 fletch vanes on them instead of the boning 1.5s or 1 1/4s. I mean, and of course I'm moving the vanes up, to where I need them to be. So I'll probably shoot the rest of the season with those, and then maybe I'll get the HVX 23s or the NVX 23s. I don't know yet. From Victory. I like Victory arrows. No, they do not pay me for this. They don't sponsor me. I'd love them to have them sponsor me, because then I could get those HVXs with the titanium pro points, and that would run me about $700 for the dozen. But pro points? The pro points that I've seen that they call pro points, they're the very, very fine pencil point, kind of pencil tip. Or if that's what they call it elsewhere as well, top hats, yeah. But they are literally like having a triangle point on the tip of your arrow. And they match the same diameter of the shaft and all that. It's just got that pie point, that tip point, the pencil point on it. I know there's one company that calls them pro points or pro tips, and I can get them from my Victory arrows. So, but I'm looking to possibly go up to 125s on my V-Force, on one set of my V-Force. So I got two sets. Go up to the 125s or 120s and see how they go. just to put a little extra weight on the front. So that way I can stay with shooting single spot targets, because for whatever reason the 3 spots just throw me off. I can't get it. It's a mental game, I know, but the 3 spot targets throw me off. I can shoot a 5 spot just fine, but 3 spot throws me off. And so I've been shooting single spot, and that's what I'm going to shoot at the tournament on next Sunday. But anyhow, that'll do this live with Daddy Beast and Beast Capacity Outdoors for tonight. Probably a lot longer than it would have normally been, but I did so much stuff on this tonight. And because live feed or live streaming is just not working for me with YouTube at the moment, I'm trying to figure out the right encoder to get so I can use my laptop that'll work with my laptop and YouTube at the same time and not mess things up. I'll probably talk to Jimmy, see what he uses, talk to a couple other people that I know that are YouTubers and see what they have, and just go from there. Because I didn't have a problem the first couple times out here, and then now I'm just having problems. So it could either be my phone, it could be the beta test out here, and it could just be this part of the United States and nowhere else that's having issues or whatever, because this is where their offices are. Who knows? Who knows what it is? But anyhow, as always, like, comment, and subscribe down below. Hit the thumbs up. Hit all the buttons. Hit the thumbs up, not the thumbs down. Hit the subscribe, which is the red button if you haven't subscribed. If you have, it'll be white. And thank you for doing that for me, because I always enjoy new subscribers. Hit the bell right next to that subscriber button, because that notifies you when we do the live with, videos, or the other videos, or the live streams when they will work. And of course, check out all my friends and fellow archers here on YouTube: Primal Outdoors, Jimi Ellis, Sinastarchery, Steve Rosburg, Samuel White. They're all down in the link below. You can reach their YouTubes. Go comment, like, and subscribe on their videos and their channels. Check out discord.com. That's the app that we use. It's like TeamSpeak, but it's Discord. And no, I don't get paid by anybody. I'm not sponsored by anybody yet. Just remember that, yet. And in the description of the video is my channel's server and the Discord app link, so you can go do it. You can do it on your phone, on your iPad, or your laptop, or your home desk computer. Check out some of my other videos. I do food videos, I do weight loss videos, outdoor videos I'm getting into more, and of course archery videos. And I got some other how-to videos, and stuff, because I don't only do this stuff, and be on the lookout for stuff coming soon, because 2018's got a lot of promise in store for it. So we'll catch you later. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next one. And like always, be good, be kind. Team Beast, all the way.